Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me. The ending of this episode really had me shook. This is the first time in several episodes that I've actually been stunned. Wow. Did not see that coming. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this episode too. I actually liked it. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So the episode starts with Mimi and Josh debriefing what happened in the talent show.
What did you think of everyone else's performance?
Sean, he was rude. Like, that was a rude comment. I didn't appreciate that either.
And that's what affects me, and also I feel like I'm here to defend you as well.
It makes you realize, okay, you're not really my type of person.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm gonna distance myself.
Yeah, same, yeah.
You actually called him a dummy.
Sour dummy, yeah. Did you think Josh took like, I don't know, I want.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was too pleased about that.
No,
one.
he don't look too happy, does he?
It's not what we're saying. I think it's the reality and the truth that does hurt.
It was like a sweet roast, not like a absolute grilling.
Now, as I explain the situation from the way that I'm perceiving things, it is going to be blatantly clear that I am on the side of Josh. So for the sake of argument, I'm going to play devil's advocate for Sean for at least 15 to 30 seconds because I actually already filmed this video and I barely made it to 10 seconds, but I'm gonna try to push it to 15 to 30, okay? Josh says he doesn't like talking in circles. He says he doesn't like bringing stuff up again. But when it does get brought up, he does seem very touched by the situation. Like, he gets very passionate about it, very expressive about it. And it could seem like his argumentativeness is proof of him still being bothered. You know what I'm saying? So if you say you're over it, if you say you don't want it to be addressed again, like, why, when it comes up, even in a joking manner, if we're to say that Sean was joking, like, why do you get so pressed like that? That was very painful for me to say because I don't even believe that. I fully side with Josh, but I was just playing devil's advocate for the sake of argument. Now let's talk about how I really feel, okay? Both Josh and Mimi are done with Sean. And I love that Mimi was like, honestly, done with the business with this man. Like, he's not my type of person. He's obviously not Josh's type of person. Like, we can't deal with this man no more. Love it. Get rid of Sean. Cannot stand that man, okay? Now, in my opinion, Sean was trying to make it seem like Josh is upset about the situation, but it sounded to me like Josh was just going to accept the fact that he shouldn't business with Sean and Joey and let it be that. So they're talking, making it seem like, oh, Josh is so upset. He's so mad at me. It didn't feel to me like he was going to make it a thing. I don't think so. And I also can understand his frustration of this thing being brought up over and over and over and over and over again by people who claim they're going to stop bringing it up. So are you going to stop bringing it up or are you going to bring it up? And when you call somebody a dummy, I'm so sorry. I don't even come from whatever place Josh comes from. Canadians are known to be quite polite, but even in Canada, if you call anybody a dummy, let alone a black man who's trying to stand in for his girl, this wouldn't even be a conversation. It really wouldn't be a conversation. Sean is lucky this is happening on television in the presence of other people, cameras, security, producers. It would not be a conversation at all. Like, I see Josh in the same way that I see my brothers. So to me, the way Josh reacts, it doesn't alarm me. Like, I'm very exuberant myself, very expressive, extroverted. I'm passionate as well when I argue. So seeing Josh react like that, it just reminds me of when my brothers react like that or when I react like that. So I'm not bothered at all. But to the Seans and the Joeys of the world, they're acting like, oh my gosh, Josh is so aggy. He's so aggressive. And there was a moment too. Oh, this part really pissed me off. There was a moment where they panned to Jesse and Jesse did the like big eyes, lean back, trembling in fear thing. And I was just like, that man is not going to touch you. He's not going to do anything to you. Like, relax. It really pissed me off. I do wish that Josh would manage his reactions just a little bit better. Not because I disagree with him, but because they've crucified us for less. Okay? They have crucified us for less. You got Grace arguing the way that she does, and she will never get the same retribution that Josh is going to get after this. Like, I'm convinced. I hope that I'm proven wrong, but I'm convinced she would never get the reaction that Josh is likely going to get after this episode. But anyways, Josh to me seemed like he was just going to say, you know what, Sean is not my cup of tea. Let's move on. Sean is feigning ignorance. He doesn't understand why Josh could possibly be upset with him. So he wants to have the conversation with Josh. Josh is reluctant, but he ends up having it nonetheless.
Chat?
Nah.
No?
You can't be answering it.
It's a conversation.
Did they need to?
It's pointless at this point.
It was all quite light-hearted, and I didn't think it would actually spark this big a reaction.
If it's a thing where this is you apologising, I don't feel like taking it, to be honest, because I just genuinely don't believe you're not going to bring it up again. I don't feel like it's sincere.
Why is Io going over them?
Because he's going to be idiot yet. It's Io, isn't it?
Sean said you're a dummy, and that's for someone like Josh to hear another man call him a dummy. He's gonna take that.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean?
For Josh's sake, I understand where he's coming from, which was a touchy subject to others. It's not very hard.
It's just jarring though. Keep saying it's left, it's left, it's left. But every chance you get, you poke. And now people are upset. Don't be shocked.
I feel like time will tell if you lot are sincerely sorry.
Oh, mate, I'm so done with it.
Bro, it's a laugh, mate.
Okay.
It's a laugh.
Okay, Joey.
Y'all know how yesterday on live, I was saying you guys shouldn't go and sync Sean's ratings. Go and sync them. No, let me not. I'm not supporting that. But if you went and did it, I would understand. I also wouldn't stop you either. I'm just saying. And here's why. Number one, some of y'all were saying he's a dropshipper. He didn't build that business off the ground. I didn't know that. So bet. That's valid. Some of you guys were also saying this man has used Love Island as a platform to promote his business. So therefore, his actions on Love Island should also affect his business. Valid. So valid. I hear you. Typically, I don't like how people take a show that's meant to be for entertainment and use it to attack people in their real life. Like, I don't like that. But with those two things in mind, I hear it. So although I don't support, I ain't gonna stop you. I ain't gonna stop you. So Josh and Sean are trying to have the conversation. Joey, for some reason, feels like he needs to insert himself. I did not like that it was going to be a 2-on-1 situation. So I love that Io stood up to go and be in the mix. I think it's turning into a bigger thing that it has to be. But I did appreciate that somebody was in Josh's corner, because what we're not going to do is strong arm Josh into submission. Like it was so weird to me when Joey got up. Thank God Io went as well. They're trying to make it seem like Josh can't take a joke, and maybe he can't when it comes to, his girl. Some people, they don't play about their partner. And Josh gives me the impression so far that he don't play about his partner. And right now that partner is Mimi. He don't play about that girl. So you've already said you're going to drop it. Drop it. Stop bringing it up. Stop talking about my girl. Stop having my girl's name in your mouth. Don't have my name in your mouth. And furthermore, don't call me a dummy. Like, I'm so sorry. In so many places, those are fighting words. You call this man a dummy. Anyways, let me get to my notes because I'm veering off. I do feel like Josh is entitled to be irritated in the way that he is, because when everybody else, when something that is a sore subject is brought up to everybody else, everybody has a reaction. So Josh is entitled to his reaction as well. Yeah, that was the main thing. Jessie gets a text that she's going to the Hideaway with Joey. Don't really care too much about that. It looked like they had sex. What I will say is the 24-hour thing, I did like the concept in the beginning, but now to see that Joey has been the only person to actually sleep there overnight, he's now done it twice. I'm just wondering, so what are the logistics of the Hideaway for real? Like, I think the idea is good, but it needs to be tweaked for the next season. Yeah, I was just so frustrated with how they're trying to make Josh seem like a flight risk. And I'm just like, and maybe he is. Maybe he is. But me personally, based on what I've seen so far, it's not enough evidence to say he's somebody who you should be afraid of. Jessie, with your big eyes and your leaning back. Oh my gosh. Anyways, in the morning, Jessie and Joey shared that they got real close in the Hideaway. Matilda says that she kept Casa out of her story of herself and Sean because she wanted to keep things light. Mimi in response said, well, I wish your little boyfriend got that same memo, which is facts. I fully agree. Grace and Jesse say that Josh overreacted. And like, there's this weird agenda with the Grace and Jesse's, okay? Because in yesterday's episode, when they were like, Jess, I think you're so much better suited for I don't know. There was just a weird energy around that. I'm not trying to make any accusations because I don't think we had enough evidence to really say anything concrete. But then this conversation too, where they were trying to like paint Josh in a certain light, I was just like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I love that Jess came to Josh's defense immediately. And then in the other conversation, Io came to Josh's defense immediately. Y'all are hitting it out of the park for me. Y'all did a great job. Thank you very much. Josh says that he doesn't care for the apology and the Chuckle Brothers can save it. Sean is feigning ignorance. To me, I cannot stand somebody who feigns ignorance. He's trying to pretend like he doesn't understand why it became such a big deal. And all through the night, he was just so tortured by the situation. And he feels so bad waking up the next day that he hurt Josh's feelings. Shut up. So anyways, Sean tells Josh that he woke up down about the situation. And Josh says, only time will tell if Sean and Joey's apologies are sincere, which is true. The thing with Sean saying that if he knew Josh would react this way, he wouldn't have done it is annoying to me because you yourself said, I'm done with the matter. I'm not bringing it up anymore. So do that. So don't bring it up. End of story. And then furthermore, you know you don't have a relationship with Josh in that way. So don't think you have that kind of banter to joke about a situation that you are aware is sensitive to him. Don't do that. That's not your friend. That is not your friend. So leave it alone. Like Sean lacks such a backbone. Again, Matilda, I asked this in the live. I ask it again. You get moist for this man. Oof. Anyways, child. He apologized to Mimi. They both accepted the apology, but in my opinion, I feel like they're doing it just to keep the peace in the villa. I fully believe that on the outside, they would not business with Sean whatsoever. I think Jess and Io have that same impression. Now, when it comes to Joey, I think Joey could finagle his way into having a friendship with them, but Sean, I believe it's dead. I believe it's dead for good. So on to the challenge. It was the ranking challenge where the public sends in their opinions about the couples. I'm only going to mention the ones that were important to me. Hottest couple, the public thought Jesse and Joy were in third, Nicole and Kieran in second, Mimi and Josh in first, period. The Villa said Jess and Joey in third, Io and Jess in second, and then Grace and Ruben in first. So the most vain couples, the Villa voted Io and Jess third, Grace and Ruben second, Joey and Jesse first. The public voted Matilda and Sean third, Grace and Ruben second, and Joey and Jesse first. Most genuine, the Villa voted Mimi and Josh third, Matilda and Sean second, Nicole and Kieran first. The public voted, and this is telling, in my opinion, the public voted Io and Jess third. I honestly didn't even think they would place. So that was interesting to me. Mimi and Josh second, and Nicole and Kieran first. So yesterday when I was talking, was it yesterday? When I was talking about my theory of the rankings, I put these three in my top three. And then I put, I didn't want Joey or Sean to be in the final, but I feel like they're going to be. And with the way this episode ended, it's looking more likely. So yeah. The next question was least sexual chemistry. The Villa voted Josh and Mimi third, Jess and Io second, Grace and Ruben first. The public voted Mimi and Josh third, Matilda and Sean second, and Grace and Ruben first. Most likely to cheat, the Villa voted Matilda and Sean third. Now, in this back and forth, Matilda kept saying that, oh, none of us would even do that. I would never think of that. Sean would never think of that. But the way that I would have used my reasoning is one, the way people were moving in Casa, and two, the fact that Sean has already cheated in the real world. Kieran has cheated too. And even though he behaved in Casa and more, if I'm to use that logic with Sean, you'd have to use it with Kieran too. Like, they've both cheated. So I don't know why this girl's going on. We would never, I would never, he would never. He already did. Ooh, okay. The Villa voted Io and Jess second and Grace and Ruben first. The public voted Grace and Ruben third, Matilda and Sean second, and Jess and Joey first. Now, this is where Joey was like, I'll prove the public wrong. I'll prove them wrong. He very well might. But based on what y'all have been saying about Joey's reputation, what I know about his reputation, and how he's represented himself on the show, that looks very unlikely. But let's move on. The next question was, who is staying together for the win? They really did not like this one. Really did not like this question. So some of the people were thinking of the rationale in different ways. Josh was saying, well, let's just base it off of the question so far. It's unlikely that they're going to vote the people most genuine as the people who are also faking it to make it. Joey and Sean were saying, well, let's just base it off of what we've already seen happen in the villa on top of the clips that we saw from movie night and the Grafties. I think that both lines of reasoning make sense, but the way that they just started really arguing about it, I was like, it really doesn't have to be like this. Like, I think it's just Josh is obviously very unimpressed with Joey and Sean, and they obviously are very unimpressed with him. So any kind of bumping of heads is going to become a bigger situation than it needs to be. The part that killed me was when Mimi piped up and she called Joey a dickhead. Not once, not twice, but I'm pretty sure 3 times. And the third time, she called him an effing dickhead. I said, okay. Okay. Because when Mimi gets to the point where she actually brings out her sharp tongue, she's at her wit's end. She has had it with Joey. She has had it with Sean. And I loved to see it, okay? I surely did. So the villa voted Mimi and Josh third, Joey and Jesse second, Matilda and Sean first. The public voted Nicole and Kieran third, Matilda and Sean second, and Grace and Ruben first. Then the last question was, who will not make it on the outside? The villa voted for Matilda and Sean third, Joey and Jesse second, Grace and Ruben first. The public voted Jess and Io third, Jesse and Joey second, and Grace and Ruben first. Now, because the public decided that they were least likely to last on the outside, they were dumped immediately. I said, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I mean, valid. But oh my gosh, like, if we would have known, I wasn't voting, but if y'all would have known, I feel like maybe y'all would have changed the votes a little bit. Am I tripping? You guys in the comments, let me know. Would you have voted differently if you know that ultimately the person who got the most votes would have been eliminated? Because I would have put Joey and Jesse at the top. Grace and Ruben, I mean, I don't really believe in it long term, but I do think that she likes him for now. I still think Joey is playing a game. I really do. And Sean, quite frankly, I just don't like him. And I think that Matilda is managing him. Either of those two going would have been perfect for me, but now one of them are going to make it in the final. I cannot believe it. Oof, y'all let me know your thoughts on this episode. I enjoyed it. It was good drama, good conversation. Like I said, I am on Josh's side. I'm sorry. Could he handle things better? He absolutely could. But do I give a damn? I surely do not. I surely do not. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.